Hi everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft and welcome back to day number 3 of my Sizzix week. Today we are making a exploding flower garden card and I've used a piece of 12 by 12 and I've just scored it at 4 and 8 inches on both sides, okay? And this was a card that a lady posted in my Facebook group, which was Sandra Witter, I believe. Hope I've got her name right. And I asked if I could make it and she said yeah, so it was, I don't know if it was her idea, but that's who I saw it from. And I'm just showing you there on the video how you have to cut it. It's basically just the same as any exploding box card, but you need to just make a tab at the back, which you'll be able to see in a minute. Okay, so we do cut all 4 corners, but we leave just a little piece to join them together there, which is probably about ½ an inch, 3/4 of an inch. And you can see there they just lift up and join together because the 2 back pieces don't drop down. It's just the two front pieces that drop down when it opens. And I've just embossed a couple of pieces of card there with the Tim Holtz 3D embossing folder, and they roughly measured about 3 7/8 square. So just decorate whatever you want to be on your, like what would be the back walls, I suppose, or just the background. And that piece there, what I scored in the beginning, was roughly about 5 7/8 square, and I just scored all 4 sides at 1 inch, and that's going to be our little piece for the middle, which I've decided just to glue some dry foam in, just to, you know, pop the flowers and whatnot in. And then just glue the 4 tabs, put glue on the 4 tabs and just glue it together just to make like a kind of little tray. And I've just cut a couple of pieces of dry foam and I'm just going to hot glue them to the bottom of the little tray. And then I'm just gluing that, hot gluing that into the middle square. And then I've just cut some patterned paper, which is roughly all about 3 7/8 square, and I've just glued a piece onto each flap in the inside, and then a bit of glue down that tab, and then we can glue the box together. And it just lifts up and looks like that. Now this is not a Sizzix die, it's just a little die I've got in my stash, but you can use whatever you want. And it's just like a little fence, like a little picket fence, and I just basically glue it round the front just so it looks like a kind of little garden. But if you don't have anything like that, what you could do is, if you do have like a brick or a stone wall kind of embossing folder, you could just cut some pieces out and put them in the embossing folder, and then you could just make it look like a little brick wall or a little stone wall of some kind. Or you could even make your own little fence with just some little pieces of card. And then I'm just gluing that last little piece on there. And then I've just got some of this like foam moss again that I've used before. I'll put the link for it, and I just want to cover all of the dry foam and any little gaps, just to make it look like, you know, more of a realistic little garden. So I'm just hot gluing all of the little bits of moss in there. Okay, and then I'm using this Sizzix die, which is, I think it's called CORSAGE, but I'll have all the links under the video in the description box. And the two dies I'm showing you there, I made those flowers which are foam flowers, and it was also Sizzix foam, which is really nice. So that die made those flowers there, and then I just wired them and put some stamens in, and I was really pleased with how they turned out. And that's another Sizzix flower. So it's a beautiful die set that you get loads of leaves and things. Those paper roses there, that's also a Sizzix die, but it's a big die. But I will, as I say, you can find the links under the video, and that makes a beautiful pretty large rows, and I'm just showing you the die here. So that's what I made the roses from. And some of those leaves and things I cut from that other die set I've just shown. And then I did just use a little selection of my own, like, flowers from my own stash, little silk and little paper flowers and stuff, just to fill it up. But I'll definitely make some more tutorials with the foam, Sizzix foam and stuff, because it's actually really nice, and the flowers turned out beautiful, and it was really easy to work with, so I'm happy with them. And now I'm just basically adding whatever I think to just fill your little garden up with, whatever you want, whatever you've got really in your stash. But you know, you can just make your own as well with dyes and either paper or foam. I think that looks beautiful. I don't think anybody would be expecting that when they take the lid off. And then I just also glue some of the little Sizzix leaves on, just on the front of the little fence. Now this is the lid, and it needs to measure 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and you want to score all 4 sides at 1 inch. And then I'm just cutting little tabs into those squares, just like I do with, you know, most of the lids and boxes I make. And then we just want to pop some glue on those tabs and just glue it together. And then I also stick some of the same paper on the top of the lid, which I think I just made it to 4 by 4, and then you'll need 4 little pieces, which are about 3/4 of an inch by 4, and they will go around the 4 sides of the lid, because I decorated the outside of the box, and that's just the same as the inside, 3 7/8 square. But yeah, that's what I mean about the lid, about 3/4 or 7/8 of an inch by 4 for your lid, and you'll need 4 of them. And then I used a 4 by 4 piece for the top of the lid. And that is basically it. And then that is the pop-up peony die from Sizzix. It's absolutely beautiful. And like it says, it pops up, it cuts out, but then the little leaves and petals pop up. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I think it makes a beautiful gift for anybody. Really pleased with this one, and I'll have all the info on my blog. All the links will be under the video, and I'll be back again tomorrow with project number 4. So as always, please remember to like and subscribe. And I hope you've enjoyed it, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. So take care, thanks for watching, and bye for now.